Hello, my lovely subscribers, my darling cybernauts. You are welcome to today's episode on Sustainary Energia channel. If you are a brand new subscriber or you are a returning subscriber, we welcome you to Sustainary Energia channel. On this channel, Sustainarians gather to get some tips and free lectures on energy, natural resources, and sustainable development law. With you today is Barrister Egbe Eyong Akumbe, your humble expert in the field. In today's episode, I want to talk about some low impact mining techniques. Remember, mining is one of the natural resources. In our episode of today, I have chosen to express something a little deep that's talking about those low impact mining techniques and exposing why they are beneficial to us. What in effect is low impact mining techniques? Now, in the course of extracting essential minerals, we have some techniques which are actually very helpful. These techniques seek to reduce the harmful effects of mining activities or operations on both the environment and the society at large. The focus of these techniques are basically three. This technique aims at lowering the energy used. This technique also aims at lowering the water pollution. And lastly, these techniques aim at lowering the habitat degradation. This means that this technique reduces the way the environment could be denatured by the mining operations. With this in mind, I'd like to quickly get into the three low impact mining techniques which I prepared for you, my darling Sustainarians. So I'll start with the selective mining technique. Now, the selective mining technique is a kind of technique that involves picking out or extracting the high grade materials and leaving the low grade materials underneath the earth's surface where they were. That means that just the high grade materials are picked, the remaining ones which are low grade are left untouched. Now, what's the advantage of this selective mining? I have also three basically. The first one I want to talk about is the fact that it reduces the waste that is generated. Now, because this kind of mining technique touches only on the high grade material, there is little or no waste as they picked up exactly what was needed. Secondly, the material to be processed is very little. Now, if they are excavating a big portion of land to get a high grade material, then there will be a need to process a lot of material in order to collect the high grade minerals that are needed. However, in this circumstance, the high grade material was selectively picked out, and as such, the material to be processed is therefore very small or reduced. There is also the environmental impact that is very minimal, being that the extraction was specific or precise. That's for selective mining. The second one I want to talk about is the solution mining. Solution mining is also called in situ leaching or recovery. In situ leaching is a kind of mining technique which looks at specific minerals such as salt and potash. The interest of solution mining is salt and potash. How does it go? Now, the mineral ore in the ground receives water. Water or brine is pumped into the ground where the mineral is suspected to be present. That's salt or potash. A solution is made of it using machinery, of course. And when a solution is made of it, it is pumped back to the surface of the earth, and that is where the processing will be done. It is on the surface of the earth that the salt or potash that is needed will be extracted. That is for solution mining. Now, the very last one I want to talk about is in situ mining. In situ mining is basically that kind that is focused on minerals such as uranium. Now, there's a difference between in situ leaching and in situ mining. In situ leaching is basically solution mining, while in situ mining is just on minerals such as uranium. And the interest here is that the metal from this particular ore can be extracted without touching the ore. That is what happens. It means that the ore does not need to be removed from the ground. It means in this kind of technique, you would have something like this that represents the ground, right? And let's say this is uranium. This is actually my power bank. I had to put it beside me because I wanted to do this demonstration. So let's say this is a mineral ore, right? And then in the mineral ore, or I could say in the substance or the ground which contains the mineral you want, this could be uranium. Look at it. This could be uranium. Now what happens is that the whole ore is not touched. This ore as it is does not move from the ground. In situ mining, it is just this uranium that is extracted using the in situ mining technique. And an example of that kind of mineral or that kind of mineral that is extracted from this mineral ore is uranium. So it could be another particular mineral, whichever one is concerned. You should know that uranium is an example of the kind which can be extracted by in situ mining. So with this, I come to the end of the talk on low impact mining techniques. Now, as it is, these low impact mining techniques are very important in motherland, in our lovely continent, because the idea is preserving our continent, using up what we can while thinking of the future generations, making use of the mineral resources we have while preserving some for the generations yet unborn. This is why low impact mining techniques are important to you as a miner. They are important to you as a mining consultant. They're important to you as a mining expert. There are so many techniques that are used in mining operations. However, the low impact mining techniques are of very, very great preference for the reasons which I just talked about. So, hoping that this topic was very beneficial to you and that I'll meet you in my very next episode. I hope that you will come very prepared to get these free goodies. Trust me, freely you give, and you can never be bigger than the giver. Bye.